Hey guys, it's Andrew the Knight here, and today I've got a review of the SGP linear series in Lime for the Samsung Galaxy S2, and they were actually kind enough to send this to me when they sent me the glass screen shield to review. So we'll just pull out this. The packaging is really nice, which, as I said in a couple of previous videos, is not that important, but it is quite nice to see companies just sort of taking the time, not just sending it in a jiffy bag. So that's quite cool. You also get this, which says "Feel the Harmony," which is all lovely. And this is actually an SGP Steinhill Ultra Crystal Screen Shield, which I imagine is pretty good. These are really nice for the, I'm going to say it, for the iPhone. Sorry about that. But yeah, they're kind of cool, so that's nice. Moving on to the case itself, you get 3 bits. Come on, there we go. This is the sort of the battery cover bit, and it's not thick, but it's not that thin. It's a decent bit of plastic. Really shiny on the outside, which feels awesome in the hand, and when this case is on, it's really easy to get in and out of the pocket. And then on the inside, you've got a sort of slightly rubberized effect, and it just helps it grip the back of the phone that little bit more than if it was, I don't really show you anything, than if it was just the shiny plastic. And then you've also got the bumpers, which sort of clip around it. So we'll just quickly put the case on. I do have these wraps on, and I'm currently uploading my wraps review. Excuse me. It's actually like the 5th time I've tried to upload it, so I don't know if you'll actually ever watch it, but I did say in that this case didn't fit if you had this bit on. I have had to take both the rail sides off to get this on, but I couldn't get it on before with this sort of extrusion bit stuck on. But then I tried again today and it works fine, so I'm not sure if I was just having a bad day or if I was trying to put it on wrong, but it actually fits really nicely when you've just got these 2 skins on. I think if anything it actually fits nicer than when you've got nothing on, because when you've got nothing on there is a very slight rattle. Well, not a rattle, but there's a very slight give you can feel. But you just put it on, you do that, this rail goes on, just be careful of your buttons, don't sort of jam it down on them, just do it gently. Then you get this little back bit and it just clips like that, and then you go to the other corner, push it over, and then just push down. Come on, there we go, and it clips on. So the overall effect is really nice. You can just about tell that it's 3 pieces, but I mean the edges are pretty smooth, and it feels really nice in the hand, like I said. And somehow, I'm not sure if it's because this is kind of shiny and slippy combined with sort of the contoured edges, but it actually almost feels smaller than when you have the Galaxy S2 with no case on. And I think it's partly because when you've got no case on it, it's so thin, but it's kind of slightly square and it feels really wide that way. But when you have this case on, for some reason it just feels that bit smaller. I think it's a bit like the iPhone 3GS where it had the contoured edges and it felt that bit smaller. But it feels really nice. As I said, it gets in and out the pocket beautifully. And as you can see, you can combo it with an SGP glass screen shield, which in white with all this looks kick-ass. I mean, I love how this case looks. But I'll just run you around it just so you can see sort of the fit and finish. And we'll start with the headphone jack, which is very slightly sunken, but still fits fine. And I imagine even the sort of side-loading ones will still work because it's not that much of a protrusion. So that's nice. You've got both microphones open, so you do get the noise cancellation still, which is cool. You then got this, which is for that Korean TV jack, sorry, which we don't need to worry about. The the power button, as you can see, is slightly recessed, but it's nowhere near the sort of the scale that was on that Taurus aluminium case. It's just enough just to give it a bit of protection, and you can feel really easily where it is with your thumb in the dark, and you can just easily turn it on and off, so that makes no difference. You're not going to have any issues. Bottom, as I said, microphone's unobscured. USB is completely unobscured, to the point where you can use the Sony Ericsson right-angled one with this case still on, so that's really nice. Nothing on the side here apart from, I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, it's sort of engraved in the plastic. It's plastic. Engraved in the plastic, it says SGP case linear with that little SGP logo. It's actually kind of a nice touch. And then you got the volume rocker, which again is slightly recessed, and it's just enough so that you can really feel where it is, and you do get that bit of protection. So if you've got like keys or something in your pocket, it's not gonna rip it to shreds. And then you've also got a space for the lanyard, which I don't think anyone has ever used in the history of phones. Maybe on like the sidekicks, but that's the point. Comment if you've ever used a lanyard on your Galaxy S2 or your Galaxy S, because I know probably 20 people with Galaxy S2s or Galaxy S's, and none of us use lanyards. But maybe that's just because my demographic or whatever. But do comment if you use a lanyard. I'm interested to know. Returning to the case, the camera is cut out really, really nicely, and you've got enough cover so that you can drop it and the camera's not going to be touching the floor, which is a bit of a design flaw with the Galaxy S2, I feel, but this remedies that nicely. On the front you've got a lay on the table design, which you can just about see. The screen's a bit dirty. There we go, slightly nice to look at. You can just about see, and unless you've got sort of like a mounted on the table, that's not going to touch the screen. So even if you don't have a screen shield on, you can do that if you get like a private email or something, and know you're not going to scratch it. And that's about it, guys. So I love how it feels. It's really, really easy to get in and out of the pocket. If you don't have a wraps on, there is the jiggle sort of rattle thing I was talking about earlier. It's nothing major. It's to the effect where if you hold it like this and go like that, like quite tightly with your thumb, you can make the backplate move like maybe quarter, half a millimeter either way. You can hardly even see it. You can just feel it moving slightly. And I wasn't worried that it was going to scratch the phone or anything, because there is that rubberized inner. But it was just slightly annoying that it did move slightly. But with these wraps on, it firms it up nicely. And I have a feeling it might be because I did, as I said in my previous video, which you probably haven't seen yet, I did try and fit this whole thing on when I had the wraps on the side, and I think it bowed the edges out. If I just take the case off, I can show you. You just put your finger on one of these corners and just pull up. He says, come on. There you go, just gently pull up there. Pops off, and then you just slide this out, again being careful of the buttons, and the back piece just plops off. But if you see there, it's ever so slightly bowed outwards, and I think that's because I tried to force it on with the Jelliskins, sorry, not Jelliskins, with the wraps. Wraps.com are going to kill me for that. With the wraps, so I think if you haven't tried to do that, you should be fine. It should be really, really firm, but that was just my experience with it. But it doesn't stop me absolutely loving this case. I imagine when I've got through all the cases I need to review, and I may be giving some of those away, guys, so keep watching my vids. But I think this is probably going to be the ones I return to the most, along with this genuine mesh case, which I'm still to review. And the reason is they're both quite small, they don't add that much bulk, and this especially just looks really nice, and I may be tempted to buy another one just so I can mix and match the colours a bit. But yeah, this has been Android at Night. Big thanks to SGP for sending this for review. Just buy one of these guys, combo it with the SGP glass screen shield. You've got a white Galaxy S2 and it looks pretty kick-ass. You get all the protection you need. Again, the only downside was that very slight rattle, but that may have been my fault. So yeah, so comment on your experience with this case, comment on anything you want to change or do. I'm talking a bit slower today, guys, because I have got a bit of a cold again. And I filmed a previous version. I was rushing through it because I wanted to finish it and go to bed sort of 10 minutes ago, but I looked today and it was just looked rushed, so I'm trying to really take my time, do this nicely. I'll edit it, then I'll lie in bed and read for a bit. So I'll see you guys. Oh, and the other thing, very exciting, if you've ever watched BBC One, if you just after the case review, you can kill the video now because I'm just going to ramble. There's a TV show called Hustle. You might not get it in other countries, you get it in the UK, and the main character, well, one of the main characters is called Albert, and the actor, he's a guy called Robert, and the surnames escape me, which is awkward, Robert someone. And I was walking back from tea. I walked back into my apartment building today at about 6 o'clock, and I walked towards the lifts, and he came out the lift, and I was so shell-shocked I didn't say anything. I said hi and just walked on, and then I thought, hang a minute, that was definitely him. So I went on Twitter, tried to find him, but I couldn't find him. But I googled around and I found they're actually filming Series 8 in Birmingham at the moment, which is where I live. And so I contacted one of the other actors on Twitter, and I was like, mate, I'm pretty sure I just walked past Robert, and he was like, yeah, you probably did. So I'm kicking myself now, because I really love Hustle, and he's probably my favourite character in it. So I'm kicking myself that I get at least a photograph or an autograph or something. But yeah, that was a bit of a shock. It was pretty cool. But anyway, you don't really want to know about that. So I'll see you guys next time. Ta-da!